Hey guys, what's going on? Sincere here with whoissincere.com and the All Rights Matter show. Listen, I want to bring you this breaking information here. Guccifer 2.0 hacker reportedly releases personal information for nearly 200 congressional Democrats. So this information included emails, passwords, phone numbers, all kinds of personal information. Let's scroll down a little bit here. Here we go. Just so you guys can see this here. Now, what is the importance of this? The importance of this is the DNC is being dismantled. They're literally being dismantled. This is a unforeseen, this is something I believe is very unforeseen by them. Now, as some of you may know, with all of the DNC emails that have come out that have been hacked and WikiLeaks has actually put out, the DNC wants to blame all of this on Russia and say that Russia is helping Donald Trump. I'm going to be honest with you, they don't have any hard sources to substantiate that. They can't give us any evidence whatsoever of Russian intelligence or anybody in Russia actually hacking into the DNC email server and you know, confiscating all of this information. So for them to be able to put out this narrative without providing the public any information, any solid, crucial information, any kind of substantive information that would, you know, just without a shadow of a doubt show us that, okay, Putin is behind this, Russia is behind this, Russian intelligence is behind this, or maybe they have a proxy or something. We haven't seen anything like that. So Guccifer 2.0, you know, those leaks have been going to WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks has been putting out the information. Now we have more information that's actually coming out with the actual personal, you know, the personal demographic information of these DNC, some former and some current DNC members. And this is huge, guys. This is huge. I mean, this is beyond huge. So I wanted to get this out and let you guys know the release is not over. And as we get closer to election, I'm almost certain that there is going to be even more information that comes out. Now you have to really sit back and think about what you're watching here, because we watch Hillary Clinton still in election from Bernie Sanders. There is now well, for the last few weeks there's been reports coming out actually talking about how Hillary Clinton has I mean, magically, in the states where the voting machines are easily hacked, she has won all of those, and beyond just a little bit favorably, by large margins. And these are states where you can't prove that hacking happened, but yet the machines themselves, the security protocols on them are very weak, and they're very susceptible to hackers. So in those states, Hillary Clinton did the best. So what we're watching here is an effort by the establishment, by the DNC, to prop up their candidate, Hillary Clinton. Now, for you people that may be Trump supporters, this next part I'm going to say is going to upset you. The same thing is happening actually on the Republican side. They just didn't need to use any kind of voter fraud to actually do it. When they looked at the Republican side, they realized, oh, okay, these numbers look good, everything looks good. The states that Donald Trump won in, he won fair and square. There was no manipulation of the data, anything like that. They didn't find any evidence of that. So that goes to tell you a lot about the credibility of Hillary Clinton, but it doesn't really say that Donald Trump is a credible person. The reason why is this. If you really look at what's going on, this is a chess game. And in this chess game, the establishment has obviously already picked Hillary Clinton. I've been saying this all along. This is nothing new. You know, you can go back to my YouTube videos from last year. I completely showed you how not only is Hillary Clinton being picked, but Donald Trump has been hand-selected. Back in 1990, there was a comic strip in Heavy Metal magazine that actually came out. Now, I know people say, oh, a comic strip, a cartoon, you're going to give us evidence from a cartoon. Not really evidence, but I'm going to tell you something that I found very interesting, very convenient. It is the only time that I could see where we're talking about 26 years, guys, prior to today, that a whole article came out about Donald Trump building a wall and doing it around this time frame. This is actually in that magazine, and I have a detailed video. As a matter of fact, I'll leave a link to that video below this video that you're watching. So make sure you check that out. It'll blow you away. This wall that Donald was talking about building within this comic strip, and he even had funny little hats that were made up that people were actually, wearing these hats, and the way that he would win them over is by giving them these hats. I'm not sure if they had a slogan on them or not, but they were specific hats that were, kind of like his Make America Great hats. You can't make this stuff up, guys. So, and this person obviously had foresight. I mean, you don't get that lucky to get the wall, the hats, and then when you look at the way that it's depicted, everybody that's on the other side of the wall is actually flourishing. Donald moves his resources to the other side of the wall where it's cheaper, where he can do whatever he wants. And everybody that was on the inside of the wall, life wasn't so good anymore. So that's what we're talking about, guys. This has been in play for an extremely long time. Those of you that know me know I'm an Army veteran. I served during 9/11 from 2000 to 2004 honorably. I can just tell you this, where I worked at and what I did as an information systems analyst working under General Abrams at TRADOC Headquarters Command doing secure video teleconferencing. I've learned a lot from listening to people, from international speakers to people that you've never heard of in our government that are movers and shakers. So the plan that I was running on in my early 20s was already 20 years developed, and I've released another video also talking about my time in the military, which is the Army After Next. If you search, you just go to YouTube. I'll leave a link for that video as well below, but just search YouTube for Who is Sincere Army After Next, and you'll find a 3-part series that I did detailing the work that I actually did in these secure video teleconferences. I was able to find actually one PDF document out of the whole internet that referenced to some of the things that we were talking about inside of those video teleconferences. I released that one document. It has never been seen by anybody outside of the military until the time that I actually released it. So it was on some government guy, some general or lieutenant from a while ago had actually uploaded it to his storage, but it was public kind of storage in a way. So I was able to find the document with the notes on it from that time frame, and it shows the progression from 1996 to 2006 to exactly, and it says right there on the front of the document, 2016. So I'm not, just some pie in the sky kind of guy making these things up. I'm letting you know that this has been in play for a really long time. Now, the unforeseen thing that has happened are these hacks. These hacks are not just, small hacks. These are very large-scale hacks where you would probably need a team, I would say. I don't think, you can do it. One person can do this. Let me just be very clear on that. One person can do this, but more than likely this is going to require different specialties of hacking that would be better suited for a team of about 3 to 5 individuals. Okay, so this has been done by a team. Now, for them to say it's the Russians, don't just believe that narrative. We don't know what's going on. We don't know who actually, hacked the DNC servers or anything else. We have no way of knowing that. There is no way for us to verify it. Even if they come out tomorrow and they show us a piece of paper that says Putin did it on it, it doesn't mean that Putin did it. So it's very easy to falsify information when you're talking about digital information and just typing a few characters down, taking a screenshot and showing the public. Okay? You can lie and say that the hacks came from anywhere in the world. So I wouldn't be quick to jump to believe that false narrative. And the reason why they want you to believe that is simply because they want to keep their puppet Hillary Clinton propped up in power. Now, Donald Trump, same thing, puppet. None of this is accidental. This was already planned. This was already foreseen a while ago. You know, a very long time ago, just to be honest with you. So when you look at Donald Trump, I want you to look at one other thing too that ties everything that I just told you together, okay? And that's why I hope that these hacks keep happening, just to be honest with you. I pray that they keep happening. But what ties all of this together is one person that's been running around the globe overthrowing countries. He's from the billionaire class. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. But his name is George Soros. It is no accident that no reporter, no mainstream reporter, not one single mainstream reporter, not one. And I haven't even seen one, alternative media reporter actually report this either. But if you look at George Soros, he's best friends with Donald Trump. He's best friends with Hillary Clinton. I don't mean regular friends. I mean to the tune of Donald Trump, he's already given him 2 loans. He's bailed him out of 2 properties, I believe a Chicago property and one of his casinos in Atlantic City. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was one of his casinos in Atlantic City. So George Soros has bailed him out of 2 properties. Not only has he bailed him out of 2 properties, George Soros and Donald Trump spend Christmas Eve together. Their families spend Christmas Eve together. You don't have to believe me. You could think I'm some pie in the sky, crazy, weirdo kind of guy. Just go do your Google research, go do your searches, and you're going to find the same information that I found, the same information that I've been reporting on since last year. So it is no far leap to suggest that George Soros, Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton have planned this American coup all along, well before me and you even knew that it was coming. And we have been taken by a whirlwind. We have been taken by people that mean us no good. Donald Trump does not care if he wins this election. He's going to be rewarded very handsomely. Hillary Clinton really doesn't care whether she wins this election. She's still going to remain in power. I'm letting you guys know the oligarchy, the top billionaire class that really run this world, definitely run the United States. They don't care whether it's Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. The whole goal was just to get them to the top of their party platforms. For the Republicans, that was easy. The Republicans were exploited. The Bible thumpers of the Republican Party are gone. There is no way that conservative people can look at you in the face and tell you that they're telling their children to support a 3-time accused rapist. Donald Trump is a 3-time accused rapist. Let's clear that up. Bill Cosby got hit with his rape cases, and he's just about lost everything, including all of his TV credentials. No one will show any of his old programs that he's in. Nothing. Bill Cosby has nothing. He has been ousted heavily by the media, especially by the same organization that he tried to buy, NBC. I bet a lot of you don't know that Bill Cosby was actually trying to buy NBC, the whole network, and he had the money to do it on hand. So that's what I'm telling you guys. You got to watch what's going on here. You will not hear NBC talking about Donald Trump's 3 rape cases, one of them a child of 13 years of age. Now, I'm going to tell you the major kicker of this case, which would make NBC actually talk about it, is not just the grown lady is coming forward and saying, hey, when I was 13, this happened to me, Donald Trump raped me, but the person who actually brought her into that situation, that was hired by Epstein, is actually standing next to that woman and saying, hey, everything she's saying is true. Look at Epstein's books. I worked for him. This is what I did. I planned private sex parties for him. A lot of the the elites of New York would actually come to these private sex parties in which Donald Trump was a frequent visitor. And she actually watched what happened to this young lady that she brought into this, and has felt bad about it ever since, I'm guessing. So, to me, it doesn't really matter if you feel bad about it later. She's just as guilty as Donald Trump is, in my opinion. But the fact that she's even coming forward to put her name on the line and say, yes, this is what I witnessed, that brings a whole different level of credibility to the case. And the lady won't come out because there's already been threats against her, and that Donald Trump will have her killed. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Go do your research and you go find out, and you go see that these things are very true. So Republicans, you have been taken over by a liberal Democrat. Donald Trump's not a Republican. Donald Trump does not believe in the Bible. Donald Trump is a capitalist. He is a corporatist. He is a capitalist. There is no way that a man that owns over 500 corporations is going to go to bat for you. No way. It's not going to happen. His buddies are going to get tax breaks. You are going to get taxed to death. And that's where our society is going to go. And not to mention the social trends in this country that will undoubtedly lead to a civil war. Okay, so the billionaire class, they are laughing. They're laughing because they did it again. They got you again. They really have you thinking that Donald Trump is the man that's going to stand up for you, the man that's never had a dinner at a middle-class family's table, never sat down at a normal, in a side of a normal $100,000 house in a middle class, $100 to $150,000 house in a middle class neighborhood, and had a dinner with a nice middle class working family. That man doesn't know about your life. That man doesn't know about your struggles, your strife, your pain, your stress, nothing else. All he knows is the talking points that he's been delivered, and that's what he runs with. So you guys need to be careful. You need to watch out. You need to pray for more hacks like this to actually come forward, because what you're going to see in one of these hacks is the tie-in. That's what I'm praying you see, is that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, not only do they know each other very well, but this has been planned by them. They have talked about this ahead of time, and I'm waiting for one of these great hackers to bring forth that information. That's the information that I want to see. I want to see the collusion with Soros, Trump, and Hillary. There's no way that that man Soros is best friends with these two people. He is actively involved in this election cycle, and you tell me that that's all by coincidence. Republicans, stop telling your children to support a 3-time accused rapist without demanding that the man talk about it before you cast your vote for him. If you don't demand that this man talk about the obvious rape allegations against him, and especially the case that's currently open against him right now, never have we had a person, the head of any kind of major party, who has been under an open investigation for rape, running for the President of the United States. And for you to overlook that and think that, oh, that's just nothing, something's wrong. And for those of you who are hearing this information for the first time, go look it up. I would advise you to go to Law News. Google Law News, and then go there and find out about the Trump rape cases. You're going to find the actual PDF documents with the actual court, that are the actual court documents that you can actually read through, pull it up on your laptop, your computers, tablets, whatever you have, cell phone, read through it, and you figure out for yourself whether this should be looked into. Okay, so we have some real serious issues here in this country. Neither of these buffoons, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, are going to fix these problems. Now, I have seen a little bit of hope and promise in the Green Party. I'm currently watching Dr. Jill Stein and what she's talking about, what she's doing. I'm watching all the people over there. They're trying to blend something together that's coming together pretty good. So kudos to them. We'll see how it goes here in the next 30 days or so, and I'll make a decision after that time. But you know, I'm really looking at this Democrat and this Republican thing, and I'm trying to urge everyone I know, do not vote for either of those parties. If you do, once again, the billionaires have set you up through a game of chess to vote for the lesser of the two evils. You'll have to decide which is the lesser of two evils. The war hawk corrupt criminal that goes around, who is definitely in bed with George Soros, and I don't mean that literally, but definitely in bed with George Soros, goes around overthrowing other countries, and not just in bed with George Soros, but other billionaires around the world as she overthrows other countries, depletes them of their resources, all for her financial and economic gain? Or do you vote for the guy who's a consistent liar, who's a race baiter, who's, he's not even a Republican, who has 6 bankruptcies, and last but not least, 3 rape accusations, and currently an open rape case for raping a minor? Neither one of those evils is good. You cannot be a conscious American and say that I'm going to vote for these evils. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you're in the Republican Party and you vote for Donald Trump, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, especially if you have a family and children. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you're in the Democratic Party and you say that you stand for civil rights, and you say that you stand up for equality, and all these other good things that actually the Green Party is taking on, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because Hillary Clinton represents none of those things. Her husband represents none of those things. Their policies across the globe have hurt and affected people. Trump's positions have hurt and affected people. He has not hired American workers. He's hired workers in other countries consistently, over and over again. He does not care about your well-being. She does not care about your well-being. And I pray to God that more hacks happen to both of these people, because it needs to be brought out to the public what's actually going on. Come on, guys, you got to get on board and realize what's going on. Your country is being taken over. This is a coup. This is what a coup looks like when you're in a civilized society like us. Listen, I've already had FBI trucks show up at my house. You can go on my YouTube and actually see it. I had my whole street cut off in the morning, our electric, and we're on the best smart grid in the United States. In the United States, we have EPB fiber optics running all through Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are on this best internet and smart grid in the United States. But yet, the electricity went off on my street after we have been through several crazy storms. There was no storm that morning. Electricity goes off on my street, and 2 FBI trucks show up at my house. Okay? So that's on my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep putting this information out because you need to know it. You need to wake up. If you don't wake up, you can't say no one told you. Okay? I'm letting you know that now. You can't say no one told you. As always, guys, subscribe, like, share, stay alert, stay alive. All rights matter.